guys, what is up? So today I am going to finally be reviewing the Ninjago arcade pods that I bought in my last video. Well, I didn't buy in my last video, but I showed them in my last haul, and over this past week I've built them all up. I've taken photos on my Instagram of the Lloyd figure, so if you'd like to kind of see some of those will be on my Instagram at Brookstone Bricks. But yeah, this is going to be the review of them. So Lloyd's set is set number 71716, and his comes with 48 pieces. One thing I found kind of interesting was that some of them came with like a different piece count than others. So his comes with 48 pieces. Kai's is set number 71714, and his comes with 49 pieces, which is the most out of the three. And Jay's is set number 71715, and his comes with 47 pieces. Each set comes with the arcade pod and 2 minifigures. So basically you get the Digi kind of form minifigure. I think that's what it's called. Don't come at me. And then you get like their avatar as well. So let's get on to the build. Also forgot to mention that these are the backs of the box, and it basically just shows you kind of what you're getting inside and what it's going to be like. I also wanted to mention too that I do really love the packaging for these. I think it's really cute that they're shaped like the little arcade pods, and I think it's just something that's really fun looking and I love it. So now let's get on to showing the build. So each Ninjago arcade pod comes with the instructions sheet, which is it's all folded up, but it's obviously pretty easy to follow. It's a short build, but it's definitely a really fun one. And you also get a sticker sheet with it as well, and there's 4 main stickers that you use on it, but it also gives you like a ton of these extra stickers. I'm guessing they're to like decorate the arcade pod, but I just kind of have mine on there because I don't really know where I'm going to use them, but it's really nice that they include that option for you. So here are the arcade pods all built up. As you can see, Jay and Lloyd look a little wonky in theirs. That's one thing I feel like, because I took Jay's apart for a second to see how to rebuild Lloyd's, because I took the figure apart and I wanted to put it back for the review, and getting them back in here I feel like is definitely a little challenging because I feel like they want to like move around a lot in there. So that's a little annoying, but it's nothing like too big. But again, here they all are all built up, and I just think they look so cute. I love these little pods. I love kind of the detailing that they kind of put on top with them, and I think overall it's just like really fun, and it's just like a small cute little build, and I really hope that Ninjago kind of does stuff like this more in the future. I know obviously, you know, they mostly do the spinners and stuff, but I think these are like a really fun alternative every now and then, and I love being able to get the 2 figures in these as well. Just for a little bit of reference as well, this is what Jay's looks like all around. And for a little bit of reference, this is what Lloyd's looks like as well. I love how they also incorporated elements of the character kind of into the arcade pod. So for example, Jay's has kind of like the guitar on the side. I forget what that part of the guitar is called, but it has like the guitar elements on the side, which I think is cool. And then they kind of gave Lloyd's like the green dragon, which I think is like a really sick element, and I really like that as well. So I'll demonstrate with Kai's, but basically here's what happens when you open the arcade pod. So as you can see, the figure kind of stands up in the back, and in the front, I don't know if you can kind of see in there, that's where the arms for the extra figure are. So you have the arms and the legs up there in the front, and if you want to get that, you basically have to remove this whole top part. I'll show it with Jay's in a second because I did his earlier, so it should be easier to do. But then on the side here, as you can see, and here's an extra weapon piece, you have kind of this build. So that stud over there is not technically part of the build. I just added it because it gives you like extra studs, and I didn't want to have them like loose, so I just kind of incorporated them And basically each one gives you a place to kind of hold their sword. I love that they used a little video game controller piece for that. I think it looks so cute, and it gives you kind of a place for their kind of accessory that they get. So for Kai's, you get this little like, piece of like grenade, and you get this little like flame as well. And then you get a place to put kind of their video game live piece there that's shown in the show. And then you have this part here that you use to put the head and the hairpiece on. And again, I think this is only supposed to be one stud. It might be two, I'm not sure. I just did 2 studs because again, extra piece. Another thing that I wanted to mention too is that in these arcade pods, when you get the accessories and stuff, you get a ton of these extra like green weapon pieces. Like there are a ton of them, and these are from all 3 total. And I think it's really nice that they give you like a ton of extra to be able to like switch out the weapons and stuff like that. The only thing is that I wish there was more kind of like space to put them, because I was kind of stuffing them inside the arcade pods, but it definitely does get like a little messy when you like open it. So I kind of wish they had a little more storage, or like a little like drawer bin or something to like put them in the arcade pod. I hope that makes sense, like a visual, but they give you a lot and there's not really like anywhere to put them, so I kind of wish they had that option available, but I do really appreciate them giving a ton of extra pieces. As I mentioned before, I did this with Jay's earlier. So basically what you do, and it's focusing on my hand, but basically what you do is you take this top part off and it leaves you with this kind of bottom piece. And as you can see in the front, you have Jay's torso and his legs, and you can basically just take those off and then you put it together with his head and his little minifig part, and you can build those together. So I'm gonna build up all 3 figures for you, and we're gonna do a little figure review. So let's get on to that. So here is Lloyd's digisuit. We'll start with him first. I really like these kind of like digital like game suits on their own. I think they look really cool. I think together they look a little too similar, but on their own I think they look really sick, and I think I like them a lot more once you kind of put them together and you have the little bin and you have the life piece on it. I think it just like really puts it together and it looks a lot better, and I wish there was a way to display them like this in the arcade pod, because I really want to display them in like the arcade pod, but I love having them out with like the weapon and stuff. I just think it looks so sick. So here is the front of his, and then on the back there's a piece to be able to kind of put that life kind of piece on it. I do wish there was like a way that you can kind of put the sword on the back, but that might be a little too wishful thinking. He has 2 faces. So the first face he has is kind of like this happy face. I think it's really cute. I like it. I don't know. I like having happy faces on my figures. I don't know. That's just me. But on the back, you get the kind of angry / kind of digital version, and I think this is the version you're kind of supposed to display it with, but again, I like having happy faces on my figures, so I am going to have him displayed like this with the helmet on right here. Also, sorry again, this setup's a little weird. I'm trying to kind of figure it out, and this fell off of the piece I was using. Very fun. But yeah, I'm gonna have him probably displayed beside, I don't know, I just like it. But yeah, so this is Lloyd's figure. Next up, you have the avatars. So Lloyd's is probably my least favorite of the avatars. I think if you're like me and you like to take photography of your minifigures with like a lot of greenery, I think this one's kind of fun. I think Lloyd in general is kind of a fun figure because he's very green, so it kind of goes really nicely with like the grass and the plants and stuff. And the photos I took with him were really nice, not gonna lie. But I think just the design is my least favorite. I kind of wish his like mohawk was green. They got to incorporate all the gold into him, but I don't know, like I just really wish they made the mohawk green, low-key, not gonna lie. He has some cool back printing, and he comes with this baseball weapon, which is cool. I don't know, I think Kai's and Lloyd's accessories are kind of really boring. Like Jay gets a freaking guitar, and then he gets like a bat, which is it's okay, and then I don't know, Kai's is like it makes sense, but I feel like it's just a little boring. I don't know. The main thing about Lloyd's figure that really bugged me though, after I was kind of like looking at it, was the printing. The printing on this one was really bugging me. Mainly the chest area. As you can see, I think that the chest area is supposed to match the skin because I think he's supposed to be kind of like shirtless there. But I don't know what the hell happened with the printing because it is a lot more greener there than the like torso. And again, I don't know if this is like a regular Lego thing. I just got back into Lego in March, so I don't know if they've like changed something. I remember seeing a similar issue with like the Buzz Lightyear figures a while ago in like an older Lego video I watched, so I don't know. This might just be a Lego printing issue, but I don't really like that. And I think it was really noticeable when I was taking pictures because I literally, at first I didn't even notice this until I was taking pictures and I noticed that like his torso was like a light green and he has like, you know, the yellow skin. So I was like, what is that? But yeah, so that's just kind of like the torso. It's pretty basic otherwise. The link printing's okay. I'm not super crazy about it if I'm being honest, but that is Lloyd's figure. Guys, I don't know. I feel like with the Digisuits, I feel like once you talk about one of them, you kind of talk about all of them. So here is just kind of how Kai's looks. Now Kai also has two faces as well. His is like this really weird scared face. I don't know. They gave Lloyd and Jay kind of happy faces underneath theirs, and I don't know why they gave him this face. He looks like shocked Pikachu. He's like, I don't know. But that's his, and then you kind of have just that same kind of Digi angry face in the back. But yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of this face. I'm kind of like, what were they doing? But yeah, again, I feel like once you talk about like one of these kind of Digi figures, I feel like you kind of talk about all of them. I don't know. Here we have his avatar figure, and I love this figure. Again, I just noticed this now. There's a little bit of an issue as before with the printing of kind of this part not matching the rest of the skin tone. But again, it's, I don't know, like it's a little annoying, but I feel like it's not the end of the world. Like I'm not gonna like super rant and complain on it, but it's just something I noticed. And he has this little grenade kind of accessory and this little fire accessory. I don't know, I think these are a little boring. Again, my man Jay gets a guitar. Like, come on, he gets a guitar and they get like these boring accessories. What the hell? But I love this figure though. It gives me such Junkrat from Overwatch vibes, and also I love this back print. I think the cobra on the back, or I guess it's like a serpentine because you know it's Ninjago, but I just love that on the back. I think it looks so sick. It also gives me low-key kind of like Karate Kid vibes. I don't know. But I love this figure. It reminds me a lot of Junkrat from Overwatch with kind of like the blonde hair, kind of like, you know, spiked up, and you know, he's all about like explosions and like fire kind of and stuff. So very Junkrat vibes for me, which reminds me I need to pick up some of the Lego Overwatch sets before they retire because I'm a huge Overwatch fan and I don't have any of them. So I'll probably be picking up some of those, so be on the lookout for that in the future. But yeah, I like absolutely love this figure. I think it's one of my favorites. So sick. Very cool. Definitely my second favorite of the bunch. Here's Jay's Digi kind of suit. I also don't know if they're called Digi suits. I feel like that's what I've heard them called, so I've been calling them that, but they probably have a more proper name, like video game ninja suits. I don't know. But yeah, as usual, you know, he has two faces. On this one, he has this cute little happy face. I really like it. I like having the happy faces on my minifigures. I watch reviews and people always put them on like the serious faces, and I'm like, no, I want my figures happy. But yeah, and then this is just kind of like the back. Again, kind of looks like he's frowning for that one. And then finally we have his avatar figure, who's honestly probably my favorite. At first I thought it was Kai, but then like I watched the show and I like built this and I'm like, you know what, Jay's is my favorite. I love that he gets a guitar. I just think it's such a fun accessory. It is really plain, and now that I'm looking at it, I think this might supposed to be the back of the figure. Yeah, I had this on wrong. But yeah, I mean, it is a little plain. It would have been fun to get like some printing on there because I know they've done printing on like because I have one of the old CMF, like the girl with the guitar. I'll like insert a picture of it here somewhere, but I have her and I know they did printing on that guitar, so I kind of wish they did it on this one, but it's all right. I still think a guitar is like a really fun accessory, and he has this like really cool like printing on the torso that's really fun, and he has kind of this back printing as well. And I love the faces they did for him. So he's the only figure that they did double-sided face for, which I don't know why they didn't do Kai. I understand Lloyd because, you know, he has the mohawk, but I don't know why they didn't give Kai a second face. They only gave him that one, but he has two, so I will show you that. And he just came off his little stand right here. We love professional Lego reviews, guys. But yeah, he has this face, which is the kind of one I have it on. It's just him kind of like singing. I don't know, like, I just think this is such like an expressive face, and I feel like it's so fun, and it just suits like him and his personality so well. And on the back, you just have like a generic kind of like smile on Jay. And I don't know, like, I love both sides. Again, I have it on the singing face because I just think it's such a fun expression. And I kind of love like the over-the-top Lego expressions. I just realized that was on my finger the whole time. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this is such a fun figure. I love it. I can't wait to put the avatars on display. I'm going to be putting them on my minifigure wall, and then I'm going to be displaying the Digisuit ones in the arcade pods on my little Ninjago shelf I have. So yeah, I'm loving these. These figures are so fun. Even the Lloyd. I know I was kind of shitting on the Lloyd, but I really like all three of them. I don't know. I really like having the figures in the sets. So overall, really love them. Here are all the minifigures displayed with their arcade pods. And overall, my final thoughts on these are I love them. I think they're really fun. And again, I love being able to get minifigures in sets. So I had a blast building these. They're fun, kind of small builds. I built these when I was like coming home from work and like kind of stressed or like, you know, a little tired, just wanted to kind of like chill and relax. And I think these were really fun for that. They're really fun. I'm definitely going to be, as I said before, displaying the little arcade pods on my Ninjago shelf thing I have going on. It needs to be rearranged, but it's getting there. And then the avatars are definitely going to be getting displayed on my minifigure wall. I absolutely love them. And I'm probably going to be taking pictures of the Kai and the Jay ones soon. I did Lloyd already, so Kai and Jay will be next. So be on the lookout for those on my Instagram. And as usual, feel free to leave some comments down below. It can literally be about anything. You can tell me what I need to improve on, because I know I have a lot to improve on in my videos. My videos are kind of a mess. And you can leave me video ideas. You can just tell me whatever. Tell me how your date went. I don't know. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this review. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!